Hello friends, I am DK and I welcome you all to your own channel and I welcome you to the tutorial series Zero to Hero, and this is episode number 39 in English version. Those who are interested to watch these videos in Hindi, there is a separate playlist in the channel Zero to Hero Hindi. They can refer all those tutorials in that playlist. Friends, today we are going to discuss yet another very popular indicator or oscillator called stochastic as an indicator, and today we will learn about all about stochastic, how it is derived at, and how we can make use of this particular indicator in our technical analysis to enhance the accuracy. We will also learn, friends, as to in what kind of market conditions this stochastic works better. So friends, if you are watching this video, have not yet subscribed the channel, do subscribe, enable the notification bell so that you are well notified on time for upcoming uploads. And friends, if you are interested in the membership of this channel, there is a link given in the description box below of this video where you can click on the link and know all about the various types of membership program that we are running in collaboration with YouTube, and you can also know about the benefits and perks that is being offered against each type of membership program. So friends, let's move ahead and start our tutorial on stochastic as an indicator or oscillator. So friends, let us first understand what is stochastic. Stochastic is an indicator and it is known as oscillator because it oscillates within certain range. So friends, stochastic is a momentum indicator which compares closing price to the range of its price over the selected period. Normally the default period selected is 14-day period. So it compares the range of price with respect to the current closing price in the market, and that gives certain indications and signals. When we combine with the price action analysis, it helps us to enhance our accuracy in technical analysis. I would like to emphasize, friends, any indicator or oscillator are always derived from using the price or volume, or maybe price and volume both, and hence price and volume are the base parameters. So all indicators and oscillators that we use to enhance our accuracy in technical analysis are supporting tool. They cannot be used on a standalone basis for the purpose of technical analysis or initiating a trade. And friends, stochastic, since it is an oscillator, the possibility of its oscillation is from 0 to 100. So it's a range bound indicator which oscillates between 0 to 100 and standard time period. So the default time period is 14-day period. So when you select a 14-day period or a default period which is available in most of the charting software which you use from a different vendors which they provide, is 14-day. So if 14-day period means it compares the current price with respect to the range of the prices in last 14 days. If you change the period from 14 to 10 day, it will do it so in 10-day time period. So if you are doing it in a weekly time frame, it will compare past 14 weeks. If you are doing an hourly time frame, it will do it in past 14 hours. So each candle that closes, the closing price gets compared with the previous price range in actual market condition. So let us move ahead and understand further all about stochastic. So friends, let us briefly understand the history of stochastic. Stochastic among the popular indicators or oscillators is one of the oldest indicators which are in use by the in the technical analysis by analysts all over the world. The stochastic indicator or oscillator, we call it, was developed in 1950s by George Lane. So it's a pretty old indicator, has nearly completed now 70 years of its invention, and it is quite popular among the various momentum indicator that we use in day-to-day technical analysis of financial market. So friends, what are the elements of stochastic as an oscillator? There are broadly two elements of stochastic, and those are known as percentage K, which is sometimes referred as slow stochastic, and another is percentage D, which is known as fast stochastic. Now we will understand as to how percentage K is calculated, and percentage D is further derived by using percentage K values. So percentage K is a derivative of price action in the market, while percentage D is the derivative of percentage K. It is not very important to remember the formula that is used to calculate the percentage K or percentage D, because in modern era software does its work of its own and arrives the value, and stochastic gets plotted in shape of percentage K and percentage D. However, the moment we understand as to how this is being derived at or calculated at, we understand conceptually better. When we use stochastic as an oscillator, we know as to what it is calculating and how it is going to help us in performing the technical analysis in the market. So friends, now let us understand the formula which is used to calculate the percentage K, because percentage D as an element of stochastic is derived by the values of percentage K. And to understand the formula, the sole purpose is to have a conceptual understanding as to what stochastic is calculating, so that when we use stochastic, we know the very purpose of looking at the chart and the parameters that is being used to arrive at the values of percentage K and percentage D. So friends, percentage K as a formula, let me first explain you the formula of percentage K, as we have just now understood that it is comparing the current price with the price range of a selected time period. That is, the default period is 14 days. Now in this formula, percentage K is equal to C minus L14 divided by H14 minus L14 into 100. The moment we multiply with the 100, it calculates the percentage, and hence it is percentage K. Now let us understand each and every element of this formula. C is nothing but the most recent closing price. For example, if you are looking at a daily time frame and you are analyzing the market after today's closing, so C is nothing but the closing price of the day. And L14, the 14 suffix is indicating the 14-day default period. If you are using stochastic by selecting 10 period or 12 period or 7 period, accordingly this value will change. So L14 is nothing but the lowest price actually traded in the market in past 14 days or 14 trading sessions. And H14 is what? The highest traded price during the same period of 14 days, which means it is calculating the highest price that has traded in last 14 days and the lowest price which has traded in last 14 days. And hence these formula is calculating nothing but the complete highest to the lowest and comparing it with current market price. And this is how the percentage K is calculated, is nothing but the current value of stochastic indicator. Now once percentage K has been calculated, because the market will be opening next day also, so it will take into consideration the past 14 days to arrive at highest and the lowest price range or the price traded in the market in those selected time period. And once percentage K is arrived at by using this particular formula, percentage D is nothing but it is the plotting the 3 period moving average of percentage K. Got it? And that is how one is the slow stochastic, another is the fast stochastic. Because we have to have a time period difference to arrive to see the crossover happening in that particular indicator. So this is how it is calculating. So the purpose is to understand is it is comparing simply the current price with respect to the range of price in the selected time period. In this example, it is 14 days. So now let us understand the assumptions in stochastic. When George Lane was developing this particular indicator or oscillator way back in 1950s, he observed that the market, if trending up, is likely to close near the highest price of the particular trading session, and if the market is trending down, it will close near the lowest price in that particular move in a particular trading session. This was the broader observation made by George Lane, and therefore the general assumption for this indicator is that in a trending market the prices closes near the high while it closes near the low in downtrending market, and as a result of this, signals are generated when percentage K crosses through the 3 period moving averages of percentage K, that is percentage D in this particular indicator. So it is very, very important to understand when the price is overextended and such crossover takes place, it is relevant. Mark my word, when the price is overextended, in uptrending mark, when the price is overextended or upside, and if there is a cross under that takes place in the overbought area, it is relevant. Or when the market is trending down in oversold area, when the crossover takes place, it will either indicate the pullback or will indicate the correction is over. Now let us understand very, very clearly, when the market is trending up, stochastic will have a tendency to remain on an overbought area for a long time, and when the market is trending down, it will have a tendency to remain in an oversold area for a longer time. That will understand. We will today see one example also on price chart as to how stochastic is put to use when we perform the technical analysis to attain with the sole aim of attaining the accuracy in the technical analysis after we have done the price action analysis. Now, after having conceptually understand as to how this is calculated, let us understand what does a stochastic oscillator indicate. So we have to keep in mind the broader rules for such indication. That is, first, it is a range bound indicator, and hence the possibility of its oscillation is in a range from 0 to 100. And in this range, when Stochastic is above 80. It indicates overbought conditions. However, the moment you become an experienced technical analyst, by seeing the very price action, you can understand whether the price is overbought or oversold or overextended or not overextended. And if the stochastic is below 20, it indicates oversold conditions. And friends, it is also used to check the divergences, because it is also a momentum indicator. What it is doing? It is simply comparing its current price with respect to the range of price in prior days or selected time period. So as we use RSI for the purpose of checking the divergences, we can use stochastic as well to check the divergence. However, we will briefly understand the very difference of RSI and stochastic. If you have watched the tutorial on RSI on this channel, which we have brought it in two parts, you might have understood as to how RSI is calculated. The moment the purpose of telling the formula used to arrive at the value of either RSI or stochastic is to understand that both are calculating different aspects. However, both are the momentum indicator. The methodology adopted to arrive at its value is totally different. And friends, it is a useful supporting tool in technical analysis and normally used in conjunction with RSI as well. You might have seen various analysis on this channel. I sometimes refer to stochastic as well. However, my method of analysis is primarily focused on price action analysis to arrive at demand and supply zone, to check whether the price is overextended or not, and also to find several confluences. And these supporting tools, whether RSI and stochastic, can be one of the confluences to find out the high probability trade. Now let us understand the broader difference between relative strength index, that is RSI, and stochastic as an oscillator, because both are momentum indicator, both are making consideration of the price action in the market. So what is the broader difference? So stochastic or RSI and stochastic both are momentum indicators, that the price momentum indicator or oscillators, and both are range bound, which are properly used in the technical analysis. Now it's very important to understand both are momentum indicator, but they use different underlying theories to arrive their values. The methods of arriving at the values are totally different, and hence RSI measures one more aspect which stochastic doesn't. It only compares, stochastic only compares the current price with respect to the range of the selected time period, that is 14-day, as we have understood, which is a default period. Stochastic oscillator, it assumes that the closing price will close or should close near the high in the same direction. So if you see, even if the oscillation is taking place in the price during the market session, market or price tend to move near to the high of the market if the market is trending up before closing of the market. You may observe very carefully what happens in the market, which is called 3 p.m. move in the market. And 3 p.m. move in the market is normally, because our market in India closes at 3:30 p.m. So 3 p.m. move is normally happens in the direction of the prevailing trend. And friend, RSI measures the velocity or the speed as which the price is moving. It is nothing but the speed of the move. while stochastic compares the current price with respect to the range of the price in selected time period. It is very important, my friend, to bear in mind this very important aspect which I am going to share with you. And basically, when the person is not experienced to analyze the market, he gets confused and takes a wrong decision simply on the strength of stochastic as an oscillator. The very important point is to understand stochastic will always tend to remain in an overbought zone for a longer period of time if the market is trending up. It will happen when the market is in a strong trend in the markup phase. And just opposite it does, stochastic tends to remain in the oversold zone for a longer period of time when the market is trending down. If there is a strong downward trend in the markdown phase of the market, it will tend to remain for a longer time on an oversold area. This is to be kept in mind, very, very important. Now, if you understand the concept of stochastic, I am emphasizing one very important time. Please pay attention to what I am trying to emphasize. When the market is trending up and it tends to remain for a long time in the overbought area, is there any significance of it? In my opinion, absolutely not. But in an uptrending market in markup phase, when this oscillator moves to oversold area, either during correction or during consolidation in the market, when the price gets overextended, and you see a bounce back in the market from a critically well-defined support zone. It could be either the support of horizontal lines that you have drawn on the basis of price action, or could be moving averages, or could be a support of the trend line. And if at that point of time when you see a price getting bounced back from key support area indicated by a formation of the bullish candlestick pattern, then stochastic, if it is in an oversold area, indicates what? That the price is not overextended. And that may be very, very significant that upcoming move, especially in the swing trading, it could be useful when you are initiating a trade. So friends, this is a stock of Asian Paint which is in a very strong bull run. So it's an uptrending stock. Just now we have learned that the stochastic in uptrending market will tend to remain for a longer time in an overbought zone. Now you can see here, this is the period for a very, very long time. It remained on a overbought area. If you are using stochastic as a standalone indicator and taking your decision to trade the market, you are likely to be wrong. Because here it has done a cross under also. You can check. I am making it a little larger. You can see number of crisscrosses there. Means in overbought area, stochastic has shown an under cross. Despite of that, the market kept on rising. Despite of that, the market kept on rising. So when stochastic is in overbought area and the market is in a strong uptrend, it indicates nothing. It's not significant at all. Where in uptrending market, it is very, very important to understand when an uptrending market, for example, this correction has taken place and you can see the price is bouncing off of EMA 55. And if you combine the earlier price action, it was a resistance which has become a support. What I am trying to say, a price action analysis when combined with the stochastic, and if at this point of time during correction it has come down to the oversold area and shown a bullish crossover. At the same time, in price you see a bounce back from the key support area. It's relevant. It may help us to enhance the accuracy of technical analysis and a better trading decisions. Similarly, opposite, I have just given you an idea through this example. If the market is trending down, you will find that stochastic spends lot of time in the oversold area, and any kind of crossover in oversold area in the downtrending market is of no significance. But in downtrending market also, when the stochastic is in overbought zone and shows an undercross, at the same time price shows a rejection from the key resistance area, it's relevant. It can help us to time the market very well, to short the market in downtrending move when the market is in a markdown phase. That is very, very significant to understand when you use stochastic. And stochastic works as a tool. It's a momentum indicator, so it can be used to check the divergence also, as we do with the RSI. Here you can see the market was a little overextended during this period or even during this period, and you can see the negative divergence in RSI, which indicated a correction is due and market has corrected. And once again it has given a bounce back from the key support area, and here it was in a oversold area in an uptrending market, indicating crossover. And then it is very, very relevant. If you use a stochastic oscillator in this fashion, it will certainly help you in enhancing the accuracy in trending market. So friend, if you have liked this presentation, give a lot of thumbs up to this video. It motivates me and works as a source of very important energy. Share this video among your friend circle, social media, WhatsApp group, so that other people also get benefit out of these tutorials on this channel, and in the process they may subscribe the channel to become part of your family and my family. Friends, subscribe this channel, enable the notification bell so that you remain updated for upcoming uploads. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks a lot. Looking forward to meet you again.